Good evening. We are following some breaking news. Congressman Tim Murphy's political future is in question this evening. Published reports say that Murphy met today with Republican leaders in Washington after a report that he suggested that his mistress have an abortion, despite the congressman's pro-life stance.
Political editor John Delano says that Congressman Murphy has two choices, and John has learned that he may be leaning in one direction. John, what's the very latest?
Well, Susan, the choice: either resign immediately or announce his retirement at the end of next year when his term is up. I am told it's more likely he will retire than resign. But the texts with his mistress are only part of the troubles Murphy is facing tonight. A former congressional district director for Congressman Tim Murphy says the local Republican has a history of being abusive.
It was one of the worst places I've ever worked in my life.
Nick Rotondo, a retired commander in the U.S. Navy who trained airline pilots, headed up Murphy's Pittsburgh office for 16 months before being fired.
Screaming, intimidation, nothing you ever did was right. You know, I mean, he couldn't maintain staff.
Calling in to Marty Griffin's KDKA radio show, Rotonda confirmed some of the details of a memo sent by Murphy's chief of staff, Susan Mozichuk, outlining the abuses to the congressman. In the June 8th memo, Mozichuk wrote, quote, "I have both witnessed and been exposed to hostile, erratic, unstable, angry, aggressive, and abusive behavior from the congressman," unquote.
I was told that I was incompetent and insubordinate.
Wow.
That's what I was told. Okay? Now, you can't be competent when you're dealing with a crazy person.
Wow.
You can't be, you know, no matter what you did, everything was wrong. I may not have been the greatest administrator, but one thing I didn't know how to do was lead. And it was hard to build a team when you couldn't keep people. And it was hard to lead a team.
In her memo, Mozichuk said there was nearly 100% staff turnover this year alone. One local Republican says it's all piling up for Murphy.
Clearly, his brand, his name is becoming somewhat toxic.
Robert Morris University political scientist Justin DePlato, a constituent and Trump delegate to the Republican convention, says the disclosure that Murphy urged his mistress to get an abortion has offended many.
Resign or definitely not seek another term.
Now, again, sources tell me Murphy is more likely to serve out his term and retire next year than resign. But the situation is very fluid. Earlier today, Murphy met with House Speaker Paul Ryan, Politico reports, and no comments from Murphy today. In fact, his Capitol Hill office telephone was put on night service during the middle of the day. Reporting live, I'm John Delano.